And currently, Joe is down by the pond because we're actually just gonna dig up our own dirt. And sure enough. Okay, here's our view from inside the truck.
All right, we're back at it this weekend. Short weekend for us. We had some commitments off the farm, so it's already Sunday, and Sundays are usually our short days, but we still got to get stuff done. We did get a little bit of stuff done yesterday. We went around and picked up all the remaining little small pieces of broken lumber that were around here so we can avoid punctures. And first thing this morning, I need to scrape off the rest of the grass and topsoil that's within the pad site. So there's a little over here and there's a little along the front. And he's been some along that side. So that all needs to be scraped off first thing. And then we're gonna get right to digging some dirt from a different part of the farm, bringing it up here, dropping it, spreading it. I was gonna set up the laser transit, but I have eyeballs at the moment, and it's pretty obvious to see that, you know, it slopes off at least a couple feet. So until we get closer to being on level with the pad, we're gonna do it by eyeball, because it's hard to see on the camera, but it's actually really obvious how much it slopes off. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to this right now and get this done real quick, and then we'll get to digging dirt. All right, I'm walking away from that. The young one is on board. So new skill development for her today, scraping off topsoil. I'm moving on to something else.
Good morning. So as we mentioned before, now that our barn is down, we just need to make sure that the site is ready for the new barn to go up. So something we're gonna be doing is we bought a dump trailer, which is right here, attached to Big Blue. And currently, Joe is down by the pond because we're actually just gonna dig up our own dirt. We were gonna buy dirt to smooth out the pad and fill in some holes, but we realized we have all this land and all this dirt ourselves. We wanna dig out the pond anyway, so we're going to be using our own dirt. So I have Big Blue and the dump trailer. Our daughter is currently smoothing out the pad and Joe is by the pond. So I'm gonna go by the pond, see what he's up to, and see if we can start getting some dirt up here.
Okay, I moved on. We're down here by our pond. I don't think we really show the pond much in any of our videos, but our pond's shaped kind of like a chevron. I think we have some drone footage of it and we can put it up here. And so we need clay, and we did the math on how much clay we needed. It was quite a bit, and it was just gonna be prohibitively expensive. So we have a big farm, and we thought about where we could take clay from. The pond project is way down the list. The dam needs to be taken down and completely rebuilt because it has a big hole in it and it's all falling apart. And it's overgrown with trees, which is bad for a pond dam. And it's really too shallow at the one end. Right now it's down several feet and it's just not working out. So what we're gonna end up doing is actually cutting out this whole one section of the pond, turning it more into a rectangle. This is the head section. It's where all the water comes in. It really has no problem staying full. But we have a lot of potential clay right here that we can use for other projects on the farm, including this one. So that should save us a ton of money, like thousands and thousands of dollars. So we're gonna use the dump trailer that we have and this excavator and the skid steer and move lots of clay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is dig a test hole and make sure that we have good clay here to be able to harvest. If not, I guess we'll have to find it from somewhere else on the farm, but hopefully there is right here. All right, test hole is dug, and this is some really good clay here. It sticks together great. It had a fair amount of topsoil, a lot more than I was expecting, probably a good foot anyway, but that's probably why the grass grows so good in this field. But yeah, this is perfect clay for what we need to hold together. It's going to compact real tight, and that'll make a great base for our barn that's going to get built. So I'm going to get to clearing the overburden, which is the topsoil, off, so that way we can just get to digging the clay and get some serious amount of dirt moved in the little bit of time that we have today. Alright, so we're about to do our first load out. Dump trailer's not that big, so I don't know, it holds maybe 4 yards. So this is probably gonna take 100 trips. Probably 100 trips in order to be able to do this, but it's gonna save us literally $10,000, maybe more. It was a lot to have good clay brought in. So we'll see how this goes. It's just gonna be a bit monotonous. Digging, dumping, hauling, dumping. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, here's our view from inside the truck. So he's loading dirt into the dump trailer. I guess I can get out of the air conditioning to show you what it looks like from out there too. Funny, our plan was actually to use the big excavator because that would, make this go a little faster. But, I'm sure Joe's already talked about it's having some problems. So the little excavator seems to be doing a good job though. It's really not too bad. Now, I might be biased because he's my husband, but I don't know, I'm very impressed. I feel like Joe's really picked up the excavator and how to use it. He's like smoothing out the dirt while it's in the dump trailer. So I personally think he's doing a great job, but again, maybe I'm biased.
Hang on a second. Looks like you're gonna pull her up the hill. She's stuck. new problem to tackle. So it seems like that dump trailer that we got, either the battery is real weak, which could be it looks really old, or it's just not strong enough to dump that clay, which is super heavy. So at the moment I just need to go up there with the X and scrape the dirt out and see if it'll go up and down. It was working, so it's not like it doesn't work, it just might not be strong enough to lift that much clay. And then if that's the case, we'll probably leave this excavator up there, and then I need to fix the batteries on the big one. That's why I'm not using the big one. Fix the batteries on the big one and bring that down to here and just run both of them, one on each end. So first off, we got to get all the way back up there, which is, this thing doesn't go real fast, so it's going to take a few minutes.
Okay, another day, another flat tire. We brought the dump trailer up, and I think the load is just too heavy for it. And sure enough, we have a couple flat tires. I was just saying to him, I was like, oh yeah, we were talking about how the load is probably too heavy. And I said, oh, well, the tires haven't popped yet. And now we have 2 flat tires. So it's just a normal day. Okay, so to remedy the situation, basically when I got up here, there's a switch that's supposed to lift up the trailer to dump out whatever's in it, and it's not working. So like I just said, we think it's too heavy. So Joe brought the excavator up here, and he's leveling it out a little bit. And then scoops them out so that way we can dump what's here. We're thinking that plan B will be that it was either we have to do smaller loads, which will take even longer, or Joe's gonna work on the big excavator battery today, so that way we can have that up and running to scoop the dirt into the trailer, and then use the little excavator to scoop it out of the trailer. So it was either that, or like I said, do smaller loads and it'll just be more frequent. So we'll see what kind of ends up being the best plan. But it's just trying to get the dirt out. Doing this fancy spin move. Cannot believe those tires are flat. I mean, I can because the load is clearly too heavy, but just that's literally always our problem. Okay, I'm back. So we assessed the situation. Turns out it wasn't that it was a super heavy load, it was just the battery wasn't working. So the tires didn't blow, they were just really flat. So we brought the trailer to the house. Joe switched out the battery. We happen to have a battery for the boat in the house. So we hooked that up. It's working. We tested it. The bed was going up and down, so that seems like it worked. So he came back down here and he's filling up the trailer again with dirt, and we're gonna try to, we're gonna make sure that it works this time. So I'll go back up to the house and see if it works. Back to the barn pad, I mean, not the house. So I'm glad the tires didn't pop and they weren't completely flat. So we filled up the tires as well while we were up there. So we will see how this goes. Joe is currently, you can see from the truck, he's filling up the trailer. So I'll show you how it goes once we get back up to the barn pad. I don't know if you can see, but that's the heron, one of the herons, flying through the sky. There it goes.
Alright, just taking off with load number 2. Headed a different way this time. There's a gate down there and then up the driveway, so she doesn't have to try to go through these 2 ditches that feed the pond and then up straight up the hill. We also didn't load it up as much and loaded it more towards the back. I put a new battery on it, one for my boat, that more of a deep cycle battery that I know has charge in it. So we're gonna try that out. Hopefully that dumps no problem, as opposed to what we were the other time didn't work out. So if that doesn't work, then we'll continue on down the alphabet of plans, but that's our plan for the moment.
Okay, we're dumping our loads. There we go. So this is clay, so it is very just compacted in there and does not want to break free. Let's see if this works. There we go. That's working. A little bit more. Just a smidge more. That's good. There's just like one chunk left and that's it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We are good. That went way better than the first time.
All right, we're back. We had to take a very quick lunch break. Unfortunately, the local Jersey Mike's is atrocious, and it wasn't a quick lunch break. So I'm gonna try to eat while operating, and we don't have a lot of time left today, so we're just gonna do a couple more loads. And then we gotta do a few more things, and we gotta get out of here because we got some off the farm activities that we gotta get done today. So here we go. Alright, that's the last load going out for today. I don't know, maybe we could put a little more in there, maybe one more scoop, 2 more scoops, but I'm not gonna push it, and this is working, so we're gonna keep going with it. Takes a few extra trips, takes a few extra trips. So I'm gonna track up there. This takes forever, so I'm gonna track up there and we'll see what we got done. It was only 4 loads, but you know, it'll go a little bit quicker now. We have like a routine, but unfortunately we're not gonna get back to this until Thursday. I took Thursday and Friday off from work. Thursday I think I'll be working by myself. Friday I think I'll have some help. But let's go up there and see what we got done. All right, so that's one of the stump holes that needs to get filled in.
So we're gonna spread that out and do about 6 inches at a time and then pack it in.
That way it gets packed down good and tight and we won't have to worry about this stump hole and it'll be gone. And the sooner we can get rid of the stump hole, the better, because it likes to rain around here and then they fill up with water and then it takes a long time to get the water out of them. So we're gonna get that done and then we're really out of time. We gotta get going. That's it for today. So once we get this wrapped up, we'll show you how it looks and then we'll say goodbye. All right, I was able to get most of that stump hole filled in. It's not perfectly smooth and even, but it's filled in so it won't be grabbing any water, which is good, because once it fills up with water, then it's a pain. You gotta wait for the water to evaporate and then wait for the clay to dry back out. So you never know when it's gonna thunderstorm around here and fill up and create its own little pond. So that's done.
Yep.
Kind of a crazy day today. We only got 4 loads moved?
Yeah, I think so,
yeah,
total.
It's just 4 loads.
But there were a lot of things happening
Yes.
in the beginning.
Right, but I think we got everything sorted out, so
Yeah.
going forward it should be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is some solid clay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first load, I didn't film it, but the first load that we dumped, it would not come out of the trailer.
Yeah, it's
But-
good sticky stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it packs like concrete, which is good. It's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to worry about squishy spots on our pad underneath our barn. Definitely don't want that. But yeah, it went.
It was starting to go smoothly.
Yeah, it was starting to go smoothly, and
Yeah.
now we have to do other things. So we only have probably 95 more loads of dirt to haul up here.
Not too bad.
And maybe next weekend I'll fix the batteries on the Big X, and
Right.
it'll make loading much quicker. It'll be like 3 scoops
That's
as
true.
opposed to 10.
Yeah.
So.
And then we're getting close to the final countdown.
I think we're in
Well,
the
we're
final
kind of in the
countdown.
final
I mean,
countdown.
we're 30 days,
Yeah.
less than 30
Less
days
than 30
away.
days.
So
It's crazy.
yeah, yep, and we're gonna have a baby.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it for today, at
Yeah.
least.
All right, so we're gonna get going. Life's an adventure.
Let's keep it that way.